Hi, you guys. Good to be with you here today. Today, I am just going to talk briefly about choosing a word of the year. So, this was something I don't remember how many years I've been doing it now, but I remember when I heard it, I was like, oh, that is the coolest idea. Um, and you've probably heard of this idea before. In fact, there's all kinds of movements around it, things you can buy and things you can do. But at its most basic, I like to keep things simple. And the most simple thing is to just choose a word that inspires you, that kind of becomes your theme for the year. You can also think of this as an intention for the year. So, um, you guys know I do yoga, and what often at the beginning of a yoga practice, you'll set an intention for the practice. Just what do you want this practice to be? What do you want this to look like? What do you want to feel? That's the idea with a word of the year. How do you want this year to look? How do you want it to feel? Um, for me, the way that my word of the year has kind of played out is I pray about it. I think about it. I ponder it. This time of year, end of during like December, the last bit of the year, I'm kind of forward focused of like, okay, what do I want next year to be? And I remember in it would have been, I guess, the end of 2015. I chose for my next upcoming year for the word accept. And I had some things that I thought that meant to me and why I chose that as my word. But really interesting how the next year played out for us. It wasn't the things that I thought I would need to accept. It wasn't that at all. We found out that we were unexpectedly pregnant with our fifth baby. I was so sick that year. My father in law passed away early that year, and it was hard, dealing, of course, both of us, but my husband especially, dealing with grief. And then I was just sicker than sick for so much of the year. Um, Probably wasn't, I shouldn't be that dramatic, but it felt like forever. It was a long time and it was really hard. And that word got me through. I would think about that a lot. Just accept what is, accept what you're going through, and this is a time to just accept. Um, in 2020, my year was grow, and I was talking to a friend about it, and I told her, like, this has been a year of growth. This has been a year for me to really like evaluate, look at my life, change some things, and really focus on personal growth and who I want to be. And all the events of 2020 helped to facilitate that. It gave me personally that quiet time to be introspective. And she jokingly, at the end of 2020, she's like, tell me what your year for 2021 is so I can prepare myself, because obviously 2020 was rough for all of us. Um, but my word for this last year has been vision, and it's been really cool. So I sent my word, like I said, in December, at the end of the previous year. And then my word vision, I wanted to get really clear about my future, about what I wanted it to be. I wanted to be able to see, um, and as I just read in scripture, have great views of the future. I wanted that. And it's been so interesting how that word has played out for me this year. I've gotten a very much clearer idea of what vision, looking forward with a vision of faith is, what being clear in what I want, how that determines what I do day to day, and having a vision, creating a vision, I should say, with God of how my life is going to be. So, vision has been a really cool word for me. And I'm working right now on coming up with a word for next year. And so, I keep my eyes and ears open as I go throughout my days and weeks in this end part of the year. And I wanted to invite you to do the same. As you read things that are inspirational, what stands out to you? What are you like, yeah, that's something I want a little more of? What inspires you? What gets you excited? What are some studies you can do? Whether that means, in scripture or whatever, or reading books, checking out books at the library, or what is going to inspire you to do, to learn, to go out there and let this word just really bring you to the next level. This, some people do in lieu of a New Year's resolution. I like to do both because I like to set goals, but this idea of a word, whoops, this idea of having a word can help you to just have that inspiration all year long. So let me know in the comments what word you are choosing. If you've chosen yours for 2021 or what word you've done for 2020, I'd love to hear your thoughts and what is inspiring to you. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.